All right, wonderful. Thank you for coming in today. We're going to do some great stuff. I hope you already took your quiz, and if you haven't, I'm going to show you what that is. We're going to talk about just your body as a whole energetic system, and we're going to do it in a way that's going to give you tools and steps that you can do to start really working on what you need to do to clear the kidneys or the liver. And we're going to talk more about why that's important. You know, when I first started doing this type of work, I really didn't understand the whole body and the way that we can get really clogged and how that really affects our emotions, affects just everything around us and the way that we react to things, to how we actually can even lose weight. So the combination really does come together. So welcome to the secrets revealed to a fit, sensational spring body. I don't know about you, but I'm thinking everybody that's on this call, we're really focused in on getting those clothes out, getting ready for the warmer weather, and living in a body that we're really comfortable with. So I always say that I'm a coach in the know and that I've been there. So I'm going to talk a little bit about me as we go along, just so you know the reason why you should be here and why you should be listening to what I'm talking about. So I'll give you some of my expertise and why you should be here and listening. I'm so happy that you signed up for the webinar. We're going to have a great time. We have an hour. It's going to give us a chance to really break things down to, why I do what I do, connect that with why you're here today, and we're going to review the quiz if you were able to do that. If not, it's going to be right in front of you on the screen, and you can go through. And at this point, you already know, or you're going to know, where you're stuck in your energy. And I know I have a holistic approach on things, but you know what? I don't really come from a background like that, so I really bring it down to basic terms of how that really all lands so that you can understand, that this whole world out there, this holistic stuff that, it's been around for thousands and thousands of years, why it's important to bring it back. So it's a lot of new school wrapped in with old school. And the old school is, what's been out there, what's been working for people, and then how can you connect that with being able to declog your body so you can realistically have a spring, nice, wonderful body with also having a calming feeling. Because when things happen with your liver or your kidneys, we're going to go into that a little bit more in depth about how that really affects your emotions. I'm going to link that with that, and I'll give you specific examples how that works. So then you can really step in with me holistically and truly understand what that is. And I know that's real important because I know for me, again, if coming from a background where I didn't really think this way, years ago, to me truly actually teaching this way, and why it's so important just to let it go, forget about what you used to think, and start thinking about the new. And so I'll help you transition for that. So welcome in. Thank you so much. So I always say earlier, like I said, I always say like I'm a coach in the know. And what's interesting is that as the years have been going by, I'm finding that my clients are getting quicker and quicker results because of the new information I'm learning. So I'm always doing research. I think anything that we do, when we're a professional at it, that we just get better and better. So I've been working really hard at getting to know how to coach better, more intense, so I keep you really just focused in on what's important to you, and then getting you to the other side, which is how are you going to implement it into your world. So I call that the FITT process. So that's my world. I have like a little bit of a signature approach in how I'm going to be coaching today and really being able to guide you. But I'm always spending my time reading or doing something that helps me connect with being able to help with the transformation. And as soon as I start bringing all those together, it really does become a way to kind of lift you out of your regular shell, day-to-day shell, to being able to be inspired and be able to feel like you can do it. Because the worst part is, I think we question ourselves, and if we can really do this, if we can really make these changes, why have things not happened before the way that we've wanted to before? Why does my body keep shifting back and forth? So as we're going along, some of that stuff will unravel, and you'll get to know more about why I'm so strong in this stance about that your body needs to just be declogged and have a wonderful energetic system, everything flowing, what may be stopping you. But I have clients that have lost 5% body fat in a month, 5 inches in a month. It's crazy, but it's true. And it's with this stuff I'm going to guide you with today, these are the things that really help you get a shift. So it's not restricting calories. It's a new little approach that I really, really am proud of. I even had somebody that was with me for a week and really focused in on these, and she lost 2 inches off her hips in 1 week. I cannot believe it. A lot of people that work with me, they'll do their measurements right away, and crazy stuff happens. It's wonderful. I'm also an author. I'm the FITT Solution 14. Okay, it's called the FITT Solution. I'm real excited today. It's called the FITT Solution, 4 steps to a sexy, successful, authentic you. The 4 steps are the FITT, F-I-T-T, focus, integrate, transform, and thrive. And again, that's the 4 steps we're going to work with today. I may not call them out to you, but we're going to bring you through a journey so you can really connect with it. And then we're going to show you how you can implement that in your world. My why, I wanted to help you understand the reason why I'm here, to be able to guide you. And I've just been there. I've had some things where in my past where I wasn't very nice to myself, and I would barely sleep because I thought that sleep was not important to me, and I thought that my body could just keep going and going. And so I've pretty much flattened myself when it comes to energy, or I feel like my body could just keep going, but I never gave back to it. And so the best story, I guess, right now that I wanted to share with you is about 5 years ago, I had a spot where I was not doing very well at all. I'm a mom of 2 kids and a husband, a wonderful husband. And I was in my CPA world working, so a certified public accountant, and I ended up really actually getting depressed, and to the point where I was so afraid that I was going to float off this earth. And I didn't think of it holistically, so I'm not throwing that in there, but literally I felt like I was floating. I felt like I didn't have a floor. I felt like I didn't have a ceiling above me, and I felt like I could go any way. I could, fall and just never come back, because emotionally I was so detached from everything. And the worst part was that even though, and this may be for you today too, even though I knew where I wanted to be, I didn't understand that there was these tools out there that we were able to, help us relieve some of that stress that we have. And I always just thought, well, the way we were raised, the way we think, it is what it is. You get better each year just because you keep reviewing, how to heal yourself better. And so, I was trying to work on that, but I didn't really have the tools. So what the biggest thing that I want to really share with you today is that the reason why I'm here is because I'm healthy mentally. I've worked very, very hard on my balance emotionally, not having my triggers being pushed left and right based on what I'm going to teach you today. And then also being able to get more control of my weight, because I'm hypothyroid, and I feel like I'm almost at that point where I've almost healed from that. And I really realized, and this may be for you, so really listen close to this, depending on what you're dealing with and why you can't lose weight, what I realized is that I have an extreme amount of food allergies, and my body fluctuates really bad based on, what I'm eating. And like, have you ever had that time where you're eating and eating, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm getting away with this. I can eat all this junk food. And you think, you don't really connect all that, what the junk food is doing for you, but, pizza and, sugar stuff and all that. And then all of a sudden it just hits you and your body gets clogged, and it seems like almost overnight. And you wake up in the morning, you go, what happened? Well, I've dealt with that quite a bit. Even in 4th grade, I can remember my weight starting to fluctuate back and forth, and not where nobody could notice it. It was, I could notice it because my pants were hurting me. And emotionally, that affected me. And think about this in your day-to-day life, is that I separated myself from many people. I did not want to really talk to people because I felt like I was that I was an oddball. I mean, all the kids around me were having fun, enjoying life, and I took life real serious. And you'll find it in my work I'm going to share with you today. I mean, I'm a real serious person, but I really care about this process and connecting and really understanding there's a space for you and being able to discover what's going to happen for you today. So I want this to be a real powerful hour, and I hope that you're connecting with a lot of stuff I'm saying. But I most likely you are, because there's a reason why you're here. So I appreciate you being here. Let's talk about your why. This is important because I find that when I talk to clients and I do these webinars, if you can answer these questions, or you have these questions in your head, it gives you that feeling that you're really stepping into the power of, well, how painful is this whole situation of not losing weight, of not feeling good in your body, of emotionally not feeling good, that people can push your triggers and it's just so easy to go off. So this is important to ask yourself. I have 4 questions here, and then I'm going to share with you the quiz if you didn't get a chance to get that yet, and we'll go through that. So what is it that keeps you up at night regarding your health? What is it that keeps you up at night regarding your health? Sounds like a kind of a hard question if you haven't been thinking about it, but do you have those nights where you kind of start feeling your body and you start feeling that you're bloated, or you're feeling like on your back, that when you lay down you start feeling that your back is puffy, just that your hips have gotten bigger, and you start physically feeling that there's shifts in your body, you're not feeling good about it. And so you start thinking about your health and how you're going to get on a diet, because the old school would be, getting on a diet. It could be that your health, meaning emotionally, that you are still struggling with things in your day-to-day life, and so it's hard for you to sleep, it's hard for you to focus, and you start thinking about, what can I change? What's going on? So what keeps you up at night regarding your health? First question. What is the biggest struggle that you deal with on your day-to-day life? Is it that you're dealing with the 3 p.m. slump, which means that at 2-ish, 3 o'clock, whatever that is, that you just feel like I can't go on any longer unless I take a nap? So there's some cycles of energy that you need to think about, that you are feeling like you are not really actually fitting in your day. You have so many things you want to do and it's not allowing, your energy is not allowing you to, or you emotionally feel stuck, like you can't do that one step more forward that day because you're just feeling like you emotionally can't handle your day. And as an example is, when I was stuck in my kidneys area, and I'll talk more about this because let's talk a little bit holistically, that I was waking up in the morning, fear and trepidation, majorly. And the problem that I have with my kidneys is that with having a slow metabolism and dealing with thyroid and not fully stepping into this world and understanding myself, I was not fully connecting with everything. But you know what gets affected? Your kidneys. Really bad. So if you have a sluggish metabolism and you're stuck in that area today, you're going to find that you're going to have a little anxiety and fear, and that is the area that we're going to be talking about, one of the areas. We're going to go into that deeper, but really focus in on that. Like, what are you struggling with? Another thing, if you're able to learn how to do one thing for your health, what would it be? If you're able to learn something, like lose weight, if you were able to learn how to clear up your skin, able to learn that you don't have to deal with anxiety anymore, and to take those steps. Because I want to really bring it realistically that sometimes we've lived with anxiety and stress or being mad for quite a long time, years and years. And so I want you to bring that to the forefront right now and just think about who you are and how, if you were able to rid yourself of that, how it would make you feel. Would your insides quiver and feel shaky? Would you feel stressed? Would you be able to alleviate that stuff? And how important is that to get rid of that pain that you have? And then what would you do to get these results and have a breakthrough that would make you happy? This is so important. I left it for last because this is the biggest one. What would you do to get these results that have a breakthrough that would make you happy? What's crazy is I know that you're here and listening, but the biggest thing is that we can get inspired, but we have to, once we get off this call, we have to make that first step forward. So this is where I'm going to guide you into a service that I have at the end of the session here. I want you to learn more. It's going to help you with the stuff that you're going to be learning. Stay with me and hang in there, but let's look at the quiz that we have going here. We're looking at your kidneys and we're looking at your liver. I'm going to first talk about the kidneys, and I'm just going to bring it from left to right. If you're dealing with anything with kidneys, it's interesting because just the way the cycle of energy goes with your kidneys, if you have dark purple veins around your ankle, I want you to look at your ankle and see if you can. If you have boots on or something like that, I'll give you some more questions. But that's really poor circulation in that area, and sometimes it's even real sensitive in that area, so you can even touch that area. That means that your kidneys is having a hard time filtering. Now, not all of this stuff may be you, but you may find certain things. And when you took the quiz, or if you're taking the quiz now, I want you to see if you have more kidney stuff or more liver stuff going on, because that's going to help you decide on which area you need to work on. So your pinky toe, it's interesting. If you have a really bright pinky toe, I've noticed that my clients, again, we're talking about, because I know about the cycle of energy based on the kidneys, that you could actually have like that achiness when you put it in your shoe and it kind of pinches and aches. That's issues with kidneys. And also, it's a sure tell sign that you're getting up in the middle of the night and going pee. So make sure that if you're looking at a real pink toe, think about, your cycle of your bladder, because the bladder and the kidneys work together. Also, if you're swollen under the eyes, so again, the cycle of energy that comes with the kidneys, if you're swollen under the eyes, that directly connects with your kidneys, and it means that your body is not able to flush your body out. You're kind of stuck, and the kidneys are not moving along. And again, the bladder is not being able to be released either. Also, losing hair in the front, on the top part of in between your ears and straight up, that hair right there, that's all related with kidneys. And this is what I was talking about earlier. If you live in fear and trepidation, loss of will, or cannot move beyond fears, this is all related with kidneys. So if your kidneys are not working well, it's not going to be able to bring the nutrients all throughout your body, and it's going to emotionally affect you in the head. It's going to emotionally affect you. It's physically going to affect you throughout your body, and these are the points here. So take a note on that, or look at what you already did. Also, let's break it down to liver. And liver has a lot to do with your gallbladder, and that's where your gallbladder releases the bile, and the liver makes the bile, so then you can digest your fatty foods. So with that, I want to ask you questions here. If you're stuck in your liver, you're going to have problems with dry eyes, headache on top of the head. So right on the top of the head that you have headaches, that would be part of the liver. And then also, I didn't put it here, but headaches on the side of your head too. So I said on the top of your head, but on the side, which you probably saw because it's right here. 2 lines in between the eyes. So when I do meditation on Wednesday with a group, I talk a lot about in between the eyes. And if you start pinching that area, it goes back and forth connected with your liver. So if you're having any kind of lines there, you can subside that by being able to cleanse your liver. It's just, it's also an outside thing that you're pinching in. So again, you have to think about these questions that are being asked and combining it with just the knowledge that you have for yourself also. Because sometimes it's just a direct physical thing. We have to think about your emotions, how it gets affected, and how the energy cycles through. So that's the holistic part of it. Also, with your meridian point, your energy focus for liver, if your big toe is aching, that's the effect, that's the cycle that your liver pushes through your system. And you have to be aware that your big toe is definitely, if it's sore consistently, or you have those phases in your life where you have ingrown toenails or anything like that, that's part of your liver having the struggle. And I used to tell the story that I loved shoes when I was younger, and sometimes I would wear shoes that were too tight for me just because they didn't fit me, but I would still wear them because I thought they were so cool. And I always thought that's the only reason why I was dealing with having ingrown toenails. But then as I started learning these holistic ways of looking at things, I don't have an ingrowing toenail all the time. And so what makes that, get inflamed and get worse, is when my liver gets clogged. And so you start looking at these different symptoms, and if everything starts coming together, it seems pretty realistic. Also, your hip or shoulder hurt. I have a client, I'm going to share with you a case study in a bit, and she was having major pains all on the right side of her body. And she actually did not have her gallbladder. I have like 5 clients that do not have a gallbladder. And she was saying, well, I don't have a gallbladder, so I'm not having this issue. And if you think about it, though, if you take an organ out, that there's still a hole in that space. Even though it was there at some point, you could still be having issues of that area. And sometimes when your liver or your gallbladder and all that stuff, it doesn't mean that that's the only spot. So it's good to look at like physically where your body's feeling stuck, because you can declog it. Declog it before it comes to emergency. Okay, so have a hard time starting the day. The enzymes that you get from the liver is really what gives you the punch and the power just to bounce up out of bed. And you'll notice, we can blame this on, aging, but what it really comes down to is emotionally, if we're feeling positive about the day, along with the enzymes being released and getting us up and going. And that together really actually makes a big difference. So if you feel like you're having a hard time starting the day, definitely put a check mark there. If you're easily angered, so important to think about. Bile's connected with the balance in your body, and if that is not working well, you're going to be going off the handle real easily. You'll find out certain times of your life that you're going to have times when you feel really, really easygoing, and somebody can push it, try and push you in a space where you're not feeling very happy. And you'll find that you'll become more calm than actually go off on that person or go off on the situation. So it's very interesting. You start looking at this. Also easily frustrated if you just don't have patience. So looking at your quiz here, I want you to think about where you have the most check marks. And then I want you to holistically think about all this. And I'm going to go in and talk about even further symptoms that happen when your kidneys are stuck and also when your liver's stuck. So I'll do a couple of that so I can get you in a little bit deeper too. And so let's kind of put the results here and let's focus in on that. So kidneys and liver. And once you know the area that you're stuck in, that's when you're going to know what you need to do to really get yourself unclogged. So let's start off with the happiness quote, just because let's just take a break. This stuff is heavy. So happiness is not the belief that we don't need to change. It's the realization that we can. So today I want to give you the empowerment that it's just making that step, that it doesn't matter what happened in the past. It's trying these new things. And if you tried some of it, really stepping in 100% today. And then I want to back up a little bit and say that sometimes it's not, you don't always have to do everything 100%. So if you have never done this before, if you just make a few shifts, it can make a big difference. So happiness is not the belief that we don't need to change. It's the realization that we can. I really want to empower that for you today. And I want to share with you Michaela's story because this is a very special person, just one of the people that I've worked with in the past. And she has dealt with quite a bit. She had an extra 100 pounds on her. She changed, 7 pant sizes since she's been with me. And the biggest thing is that this quote up here, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. She's really been connecting with her community, the friends that really support her, really been connecting with the people that I work with that also she's part of that group also. So just being part of the journey here and connecting with me on Facebook, connecting with what I'm guiding with you today, you're just being part of the community that really is trying to just live a more positive, authentic life. It's very easy for us to dumb down life and think it's just, not a good place to be or it's stressful. But I'm asking you today, just bring it up a notch, being able to really envision something. She physically started dealing with things too because she started noticing that as she started changing her portion control, it had a lot to do with also connecting with clearing her mental sabotages. We really started talking about her anger. So she's dealing with her gallbladder, liver, stretches, and also doing some journaling because she can have a really bad temper. And it's funny because I never knew that about her, but as you spend time with somebody and as you're working with a client, I just realized that she was going off on certain things, and we got right to it. Well, from that, she started making food changes that were different, and then she was also making a commitment to herself. So she started really thinking about it. Look how young she looks here too. It's so funny because this is how big she was at some point, and with her losing the pant sizes, look how happy this girl is. She comes in still very, very inspired. Each time that she sees me, she's telling me what her next steps are after basically questioning, certain things are happening in her life. She comes back with, all these wonderful things. So she's a very big inspiration to quite a few people. If you've seen on my YouTube channel, she's definitely on there talking and doing different things because, just to see these people that are making changes, what an inspiration. And that's what we need. That's what helps me in my day-to-day life is really connecting with inspiration. And so it's just getting yourself focused on these results that can happen no matter who you are. So we talked about the liver and the kidneys. And I want to give you some more stuff to help you think physically how you're feeling. And I'm just going to go down through them really quick. So if you are in the area of liver, I want to make sure that you really listen to these and just keep a mental note. And it'll help you get to know yourself more too. This is really a big education. I know I get a big education each time I go through my stuff too. But abdominal bloating, pain or discomfort over the liver, right? It's right under the abdominal area, under the rib cage. I have a client that it's happening less now, but she has some major problems on that right side. Excessive abdominal fat, so pot belly or roll around the upper abdominal. Trouble digesting fatty foods. Remember we talked about just the bile and being able to digest foods. Also, if you've had your gallbladder removed, so since the liver and the gallbladder work together, those two organs work together, this is a big sign that you need to be watching out for your liver. Also, acid reflux. You know, a lot of with the balance in your stomach and the imbalance in your stomach, because you have to have a high acidic stomach, so it breaks things down. That's just part of your digestion, that you're going to start having an imbalance if your liver is not able to cycle that process, because the liver controls the hormones in the body. So everything that your body does, for releasing saliva, to having enough acid in the stomach to be able to digest the food, to going into the lower digestive tract to be able to absorb the last stuff of your food, all of that is actually based on your endocrine system, your system that helps do the journey to be able to help you have your monthly cycle, to be able to have, to go through menopause, and then being able to digest food, to be able, just the list goes on and on about what the liver does. So it's really important to think about that. Dark spots on your skin, commonly referred to as liver spots. So you want to look at yourself and see, if you have any brown spots. And if you do, it doesn't mean they're going to go away once you start cleansing it. It means that those spots are not going to be growing bigger and bigger. A lot of that has to do just with blotches from the liver not working well. Acne, rosacea, or itchy, blotchy skin. Unexplained weight gain and inability to lose weight, even in calorie restriction. So that's specific to your liver. 5 signs that your kidneys need cleansed. Leg and back pain. Because of the meridian points, the circulation of the liver, this holds so true if you're having these types of aches. Urinary urgency. Since the bladder connects with the kidneys, those two organs go together. You want to be aware of if you're racing to the bathroom all of a sudden, if you're going to the bathroom quite a bit, if you have to get up in the middle of the night. And fatigue also, it works along with also your adrenal gland. So your adrenal gland that's right up above on the kidneys is what really nurtures your body. What helps you give that fight or flight syndrome, so that you can get things done quickly or you can calm down. And that's how you get that fatigue, is that it works all along with the kidneys and the gallbladder. And so you want to really fight that fatigue by focusing in on cleansing the kidneys. Also swelling. If you have problems with swelling, I have a client right now where we are working on the gallbladder meridian, and I'll show you her, she's going to be next, but Monica, because once her body started bloating and it wasn't releasing, we switched right into her kidney section. And what's important about that is that just because you have one thing going on today, think about life in general. Everything has really, dynamics going on back and forth. Nothing's ever static. So it's good to really, keep this information I'm giving you so you can kind of watch yourself going back and forth, because as soon as you detox your liver, that fat that you're releasing out of your liver becomes water, and then all of a sudden that goes through your kidneys, and you have to make sure that your kidneys can handle it. Well, if your kidneys start going to the point where they can't handle it because they get overloaded, then you're going to have this bloat happening. Also, irritated skin, a lot to do with circulation. I had a lot of that. I didn't know when I was younger, and I just didn't know what it was. Now it's wonderful to know, and I work with my daughter about this, because I'm noticing she has food allergies like me. And when we're so young, she is 9, you just don't realize all the signs that you can see now, and you can be able to help your kids. So the stuff you're learning now, make sure you you gotta, get a hold of, what I'm saying, and you can even ask questions, whatever, and you can be able to help also just the people that you are around all the time. It's really important to be connected. That there's a lot of power in just the knowledge you're learning today. And anything you know, make sure that you share it with the friends that you have around as part of just kind of building your wonderful, loving community. So why do you need to know where you're stuck? And why am I so focused on this? Because since the liver and the kidneys are systems that work, they have to work together, because if one thing is stuck, it's going to affect the overall body. What's important about that is that if you're really stuck in the kidneys today, I want to make sure that you are going to be getting foods and stretches and lifestyle to really declog the kidneys. Because if you declog the liver first, then you're really going to overbear, really hurt the kidneys. And you don't want the kidneys to be hurt. So when you did your quiz and you were looking at where you were stuck, I want you to be able to really review, should I be doing a liver cleanse or should I be doing a kidney cleanse? When you have an even, where you had symptoms on both sides and it was kind of even, I would tend towards doing the kidneys. Then when you are higher in the liver, where you have more of the issues, the liver, that means your kidneys are working pretty good, and you want to start working on the liver side. You want to realize again that everything's very dynamic, so you really want to watch your body and seeing if you're having any of the symptoms that I've talked about before. So this is Monica Pino. She a wonderful, great client. But do you see within a month and a half, look at the big difference here. So she was dealing with fear, stress with busy schedule. She drives 6 hours a day. So her whole right side of her body, before we started really working with the, are you stuck in the liver? Are you stuck in the kidneys? We started just saying, we started talking, and it was all about her driving all the day and sitting down all day. And it's like, well, that could be true. She could be having all those pains because of that. Because of course, I mean, that's so hard on your body. But why was it happening just on the right side? We were like, in typical form, I think a lot of people would say is, oh, it's just from driving. Oh, I need to not be driving so much. So she's still doing the same driving. But I gave her specific stretches so that she could really keep the cycle of energy going, because we realized that she was dealing with some kidney issues. She wasn't drinking enough water, and she was not really connected with that. Her body was kind of cold in certain areas. So as we started doing this, within a month and a half, this is the change that she got. And this is my client that lost 4.5 inches in 1 month. And she lost weight but gained some weight back. So this is a really important point here. Before this picture, she actually lost quite a bit of weight. And within a couple weeks, just in December, she was having a very difficult time because she was just eating whatever she wanted pretty much. But she thought her body would be able to handle it, but it got clogged. So it's not that she had to keep this weight on. So she got clogged, so she gained some weight back. So right away, her body's ready to release it. So we started looking at, okay, what's going on? We started looking at the symptoms I'm sharing with you today. And we said, this is what we need to do. So do you see how fast changes can happen once you start looking at these areas? So isn't that interesting? We're talking holistic to talking about actually real life and results that happen, that you don't have to go on a specific diet, but you have to start learning about these specific foods that you need to be eating and the lifestyle you need to have. So this is her and I doing a video. Do you see she's actually more slender than this? So the picture that you just saw, she's pretty darn slender now. This is just at a point when she was really basically getting, getting great results, but we didn't realize how much more she can keep moving forward. And now she keeps moving forward, and it's wonderful. But she lost body fat. She lost 5.6% body fat in 1 month. That's really unusual. That's like crazy. But what happened was her liver just basically relaxed with the stretches that she was doing, and we started having her eating more warm foods, and it started releasing. And she started bringing her body fat down that easy. So think about that. Driving 6 hours a day, not being able to get much exercise. She exercises pretty much every day, but she's pretty much in the car that many hours, talking about bad circulation. And instead of her giving up on herself and thinking, I can't wait till I get another job so I don't have to be in this car all the time. I can't wait till this or that. She basically just took it in and she stepped into a program with me and she did this. So wonderful stuff. So I'm going to step in. Let's talk about, I'm going to talk about what area you're stuck in and the stuff that you can do. And I'm going to blend it with why you should be detoxing. And I'm going to talk about the quarterly detoxes that I do, because this all comes together with some really deep connection and coaching. And so if you are on live or if you're listening to it in recording, I want you just to open up the page, Detox Blood Reset, right on my website here, rhondaliebig.com, Detox Blood Reset. And what this is going to do is it's a hidden page because I'm going to give you a special pricing while you're listening to this video. You know that your immune system is wrapped around your digestion. So if your system isn't working really well, you're not going to be able to digest the food that you have. So if you found like you had quite a few imbalances when you were looking at your liver, looking at your kidneys, you're going to realize that your immune system, why you may be getting sick easier or not healing, is because for some reason your immune system is not absorbing it. So it could be the way that you're digesting your food. And what happens is once you start releasing the stress in the kidneys or start releasing the stress in the liver, things start happening where you're able to absorb better foods. And everything's in dynamics too. So it doesn't mean you do this just once and then resolution is there. It's that it's so dynamic that you want to keep the information I'm giving you today so that you can really review what it is that's really holding you back based on when you're stuck and your body's not losing the weight. Because if your body's losing weight, we don't question it. We think, oh, everything's fine. But we don't really think about the special stuff that we're doing. So these are the tools that you can keep using while you are going through your life. It's a really, really wonderful thing. I want to share this quote with you. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. So what I'm asking for today is that really step into being able to practice this stuff. Being able to make sure that whatever you're doing, that it is something that is consistently happening. And as you consistently do it, you'll get better and quicker results while you're doing it. So from here, I'm going to go in a little bit deeper, but I want to share with you, and I want you to make sure that you take notes here, that if you're stuck in the kidneys, I'm going to give you just today 2 things that you need to do. First thing is I'm going to tell you what stretch you should be doing. And the stretch that you should be doing is going to connect with if you're dealing with the liver or you're dealing with the kidney. Because if you do that specific stretch, again, it's going to help the cycle of energy that's going through with your kidneys or going through with your liver. Because again, our body's a full energetic system and we really want to keep it moving along. So your kidney stretch that I want to share with you is if you reach your toes and stretch, that's going to open up your whole backside because your kidneys are going all the way from your heel, all the way to the backside of your leg, all the way through your back, up into the frontal lobe of your head and all that area. So to keep the energy going, I want you to be able to just reach up and stretch and reach for your toes. Now, if you do that each morning, you'll find, of course, you'll become more limber, but it'll also help you deal with fear and trepidation, feel like you don't feel positive about the day, and then it's going to keep the circulation going. So that stretch in itself, just reaching for the toes, that's what Monica is doing at this point in finding that her kidneys are releasing very easily. I want to give you one more tip, and that is that you have to have adequate rest. So if you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you're doing well. And then, but if you're getting less than that, really step into that you need to be able to work around your room. Make sure that your room is beautiful and that's relaxing for you. And think about some of the things that you need to do before you go to bed to help you relax and so you have a real sound sleep. What you want to do is also add meditation in there. So whatever meditation means to you at this point, you may be somebody who deeply meditates or somebody that really doesn't connect with meditation. So let me give you some basic stuff. And we're still in the kidney and bladder area. Yeah, I want you to think about breathing in positive energy. Because every time you breathe in, that's just giving life and energy and circulation to your body. So connect with that. When you exhale, I want you to take that space in between the breathing and the exhale for some quiet, not doing anything. So giving yourself that space. And then when you exhale, really push it out. Get that negative energy out. Get that old stale air that does not do anything for you. It's just exchanged with old stuff, and you want that waste out of your system. Those lungs is part of you being able to get that waste out of your system. So the breathing and connecting with that is very important. And if you do that 4 times and you make your cycles longer as you inhale, rest, exhale, rest, and back into your inhale again, you'll find that your body will relax more and it'll balance your body. So I want you to connect with the kidneys, because the kidneys, if that's your issue today, then that's a wonderful thing to do. And that's what you're going to be doing. You're stretching straight, reaching for your toes. And then you're going to be getting adequate sleep. From there, you're going to be able to look at focusing in on meditation. Those 3 things. If you are stuck in the liver, gallbladder, then I want you to open your legs as if you're just stretching to the right leg, left leg, but I want you to bring and stretch that arm over to the toes. So if you have your legs out and you stretch towards your right leg and you're on the floor or on your bed and you have both arms and you just reach to your toes. So you're trying to push the chest towards the leg. Now your stretch isn't ready yet for that liver open up. So what you're going to do is if you're reaching for your right leg, you're going to bring your left arm up to the sky and then reach it towards your right toes. And as you do that basic stretch, you're opening up your meridian point on your liver area, because that's the outside. That's the whole outside, the heel, the hip, the shoulder, all that is the liver being stuck. That's the energy and the cycle that it goes through. So you're opening it up. That's how you're starting your day. And you're going to go to the left side, and you're going to first just stretch and reach for the toes. And then you're going to release that left arm, right arm, and you're going to stretch for the left toes. And that rib cage is going to reach up to the sky. And so you feel how that rib cage is kind of dropping in towards that leg and stretching. And so all that's really important, because then you're starting to open up the meridian point. So that's your physical part that you're going to get, and that you really want to start doing that. And then you're going to really make sure that you go to bed before 11, which is something really important, but also do some type of exercise. Do some type of exercise, doing 30 to 40 minutes daily to get yourself moving and really detoxing that area. So with that, those are the things that you really need to do. And that's basically the 2 steps to being able to figure it out, what you need to do for yourself, and then how you're going to do it. Lickety split, easy as heck. But you have to know why you're doing that. So those are the reasons why I like to guide you today, so then you know that there is an easy way to actually start declogging. Also, I want to share with you the reset for blood sugar. This is my quarterly cleanse is coming up. Now, the stuff that we specifically talked about, the cleanse is specific. If you're dealing with your liver stuck, or you're dealing with the meridian point for your kidneys, you're going to have a specific cleanse based on that. So now that you have your information, now you know which type of cleanse that you need, and now you know how to be more successful at being with me for 14 days. So even though this is the winter detox, this is the last detox that we did, because now we are in this coming towards the spring. Actually, we are in spring now. But this is the results. People get different results from 2 pounds to 8 pounds. Because sometimes we're just stuck. But you get other results too. So I lost 8 pounds, I lost 6 pounds, I lost 4, I lost 2 pounds, I lost 2 inches off my waistline, less mucus. So even if you don't lose tons of weight, say that you're the 2 pound person and you're like, well, I wish I would have lost more weight. But you start looking at, well, can you think more clear? Which I hear from everybody that after the 3rd day, 3rd, 4th day, usually the 4th day is a really good day. Some people it's the 3rd, just depending on how stuck you are. that they will notice that right away that their eyes, they can actually see through their eyes better, that their whites in their eyes become more vibrant white, and the beautiful eyes that you have all of a sudden just pop, they just pop, they just look beautiful. And then the mucus in your head starts draining. And you know what? If you have water in your ears, you know that's a direct connection with your kidneys. So that's just another kidney fact, that the way that the kidneys run through the system, since it connects with your water system, then if you have any water stuck in places, which a lot of us have, ringing in the ears to being able to really hear the swish swash of liquid in our ears, that it has to do with kidneys. And so when you deal with less mucus, all of a sudden you can hear better. You know that that you're not going to have that wishy-washy sound in your ear. So it's incredible. Even if you look at what the kidney looks like, if it's opened up, it looks like ears. So holistically, isn't that crazy? But you start kind of connecting these things together. I've heard from everybody, increased energy. So I think usually on the first day of the cleanse, I feel incredibly good. Like I feel better than I have in a long time because I'm just so in alignment, because you're doing specific exercises, plus you are working on specific foods. And I'll even talk more about even having a daily ritual, which helps you. And then all of a sudden, from there, you start feeling really good. And then on the second and third day becomes a little bit of a struggle because your body's, flushing out that stuff, and you may have some extra emotions with that because you're just trying to balance your body. It's very interesting. These people getting all these great results. So I say, give me 14 days with my signature FITT coaching and detox reset support where you feel energized, blood sugar balance, losing weight, losing mucus, because you just need 14 days. Because you don't want to be on a cleanse too long, because a cleanse will nourish your body, but if you do it too long, you don't want to keep cleansing your body. So 14 days is an excellent one. The first week is the big cleanse. The next week is trying to balance it into your system and your lifestyle. So you're going to be eating different foods on the second week based on the first week. All right, so you learn about daily ritual because, if you start connecting with something that's going to help you daily, then you start doing those things. Not that you have to do everything exactly the way that it's planned out, but the more that you connect with, if you do this stuff daily, as time goes on, you're going to find that you're going to be losing more weight. You're going to be in control way more than you were before, because it's going to balance your system. So we talk a lot about, why you want to drink hot water and why the reasons are, why you want to have apple cider vinegar, and you start even doing breathing exercises to be able to calm the body. So the daily ritual, you have heavy support in that. Also, specific exercises. You're going to have lifestyle stuff. You're going to have foods and approach that you should be doing. So depending on where you are today, you want to decide, are you doing a liver cleanse for 14 days or are you doing a kidney cleanse? Right here, this stretch, this is the kidney cleanse that I was telling you. This is where you're reaching right for the toes. The liver one was the one where you're actually going to open the legs. You're going to stretch to your legs and really reach that top arm way up to the sky, and then stretch and try and reach for the toes. And so you have specific stretches. And again, just connecting with holistically how you're going to keep your energy moving so that you can keep yourself declogging. That's why working out is so important. You're also going to start noticing that you are going to have more clarity in your eyes, less swelling under your eyes, less in your ears of ringing, and also there's different things about your digestion. You're going to notice that right around your forehead, if you have extra, puffiness, that it has a lot to do with the direct connection with your intestines. And again, when you look at your face, you may have stuff going on, and it may just be your lifestyle and the way that you pinch your in between your eyes and stuff. But you have to think about all the symptoms we talked about and how it all works together as an energetic system, and it really truly starts becoming very, very important to understand. This is all connected. So the steps I want you to do is that I want you to go to rhondaliebig.com, detox blood reset, and I really want you to read through what the different packages are. This is normally $99, but for you being part of the video or discussion today, I have the gold package, which is going to be $49. This is for 14 days of resetting and cleansing your system and also educating yourself on what's happening for yourself. The platinum package, you get 4 supplements that help really bridge the gap from where you are now to be able to help add the nutrients. And what I use is the doctor's research, which is herbs and food that are blended into 99% natural. We call it 100% because it's incredible, the stuff. And you know why you want it so natural is because you want your body to absorb it. So I said pick your date, but for right now, what I have available is the April 6th. So I want you to jump in there today if this is something that you want to do and this is something you connect with. And then I want you to go to this website, click which one you want, and it'll bring you right in so that you get what you need. All right, so that's it. That is the stuff that I'm talking about and sharing. If you have any questions, make sure you send me an email. There's also a blog under the Detox Blood Reset. There should be somewhere where you can ask questions. But I want you to think about this. I want you to think about if it's something new for you, listening to this stuff, but just listen to the results that my clients have gotten based on not just calorie restriction, based on understanding which kidney, liver, gallbladder, where are you stuck, and honing specifically on how to nurture that area. And that's what the cleanse is about. So if this is for you, I want you to step in so you can have a big, robust program for just 14 days with me. You're going to be in a private Facebook group. You're going to have your tribe, the community of people that are striving just like you are. And being able to connect with anything positive is the best thing you can do for yourself in life. Because if we hang out with people that are just stuck in their world, we can help them, we can spend time with them, but we need to find people that are going to inspire us too. We really need to spend time with those people so we can help step them up and they can help step us up, because the more you're in that type of community, the more you're going to say, I got this. Life is way more easier because you have more actionable items and tools that you can use based on what you're learning. And this is a real intense program, and it can be more intense based on how serious you are. So my question for you, are you really serious? Are you ready for big results even within 14 days? You saw all the great information about how people have gotten great results with losing 8 pounds, with losing 2 inches off the waistline, to even with Monica losing almost 6% body fat in 1 month. Well, doing 2 weeks of a detox sets you up for the rest of the month to be able to really keep burning the calories and burning the fat. So it's just incredible. So make sure to go to Detox Blood Reset, rhondaliebig.com, Detox Blood Reset. Choose which program you want, gold package or platinum. And that's it. So you have a wonderful day. Thank you for spending time with me, and I'll catch up with you real soon.